My name is Shannon Peak, and I'm an assistant professor at the Center for Translational Neuroscience at the University of Oregon. BrainWorks is a series of workshops on topics for parents of young children, typically ages birth through 5. Each workshop is about 1 hour long, and they're delivered weekly on Zoom, so parents can join from a computer, a tablet, or even a smartphone. The workshop topics were developed in partnership with the New York City Muslim Center. We asked families there what they wanted for their children and what was important to them as parents. And they told us they wanted their children to be good people, and that what they want for their children is guided by their faith in Islam, which is the foundation of everything they do. So we created workshop sessions on 6 of the topics that parents most wanted, which were for their children to be truthful, to be patient and generous, and to have the social skills to get along with others. There are also sessions to help parents build their communication with their children and to help their children learn to manage big emotions like fear, anger, or sadness, emotions that all children experience. Each workshop has 3 parts. The first part is an Islamic perspective. These are delivered by Sheikh Zakaria Baksh, who's an Islamic scholar. Brother Baksh highlights verses from the Quran and Hadith that show what Islam teaches about each of the 6 topics. The second part is a child development perspective, which is delivered by me. For each topic, I explain how researchers study the development of this skill in young children. When does it first emerge? How do researchers measure and study it? We'll also talk about brain development and cognitive skills related to that skill. Then we'll link the skill to actions and behaviors that you're likely to see in your children and explain what that tells you about their development. After that, we'll talk about some easy and practical tips that you can do at home to support and even accelerate the development of that skill for your child. The third part is a discussion which is moderated by a member of the Muslim community. And this is where parents can talk about what they've noticed in their own children. Parents can share their thoughts or just listen. We have some very interesting discussions in this part and lots of good tips. Parents often tell us that they find the workshops useful and fun. We asked one of the parents how the workshops were for her. Here's what she said.
Okay, I would say before you even think about becoming a parent, if you can join this is very helpful. Like, there's nothing like too early. If you're pregnant, you're thinking about getting pregnant, I would say, because it gives you these parenting tools that you will need to move on. So it's the workshop, like it says 0 to 5. If nothing, it gives you assurance that what you're doing is all right. It's very open to everybody. Every parent should take this. What comes to mind as I hear your question is empathy and sympathy, and now it's funny that my boys, so his brother was feeling upset because he didn't get to watch the show he wanted, and their 45 minutes of TV time finished. So he was so upset, and I see his older brother came to him and he was just rubbing his shoulders and saying, "Oh, it's okay, don't worry. Tomorrow when it's TV time, you're going to choose what you want to watch first." And just seeing him show empathy in that regards, I was just blown away. So I just let them have their moment. And then later I called him and I said, we've been talking about sympathy and empathy. I saw what you did with your brother, and that was so nice of you to have felt what he was feeling. And he just said, "Yeah, I'm just showing empathy." I said, "Okay." So that just melted my heart. And I'm like, okay, thank God I'm doing something right. Of course, I highly recommend it. I will recommend this like anytime. I highly recommend the BrainWorks workshop to every parent. It not only reminds you of what you're doing right, but it also gives you innovative and positive ways to correct and discipline your children. There are also parents like you who share concerns and worries that you might also have. So for me, this gives you a sense of family and community. So I loved every bit of it.
That was very nice, and we thank the sister for sharing her experience. We hope you'll join us for the next cycle of BrainWorks. You can see the dates and times of the next workshop sessions on the Uplift program page of the New York City Muslim Center website. And we encourage you to be a part of the program.